Hey everyone, it's Carol here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you about the difference between a split ring and a jump ring, and I've also got here an oval ring, jump ring, which we will talk about as well. We're also going to learn how to open them. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that you will always get notified when I upload a new video. First, let's talk about the difference between a split ring and a jump ring. I'm just going to pick them up with my pliers because it's easier for you to see. So this is a split ring. A split ring is basically two rings. You'll see here that the wire ends there and it ends there. So there's this part here that is only one ring. A jump ring is a round ring that has a cut in it. So if you can see here at the top, just open it a little bit. You can see there it has a split so that you can open and close your jump ring. This is an oval jump ring, as I said, and you'll notice that the split isn't it's on the side. So that's the difference between them. But let's have a look at when you would use them. So at first glance, you might think that a split ring is a better choice for you to use when attaching to a component, like for example this one. Because you might think, well, you know, a jump ring can come undone and it might fall off, and that is a possibility. However, while a split ring may offer you perhaps a little bit more security at first glance, it's very hard to open and to actually get your component on. Also, these ends not being tucked together can catch on your clothing because that is actually quite sharp and it could catch on your clothing. So split rings are generally not a good idea to use in jewellery making. They're good for attaching zipper pulls and things like that, but not for jewellery making. Having said that, I did tell you I would show you how to open one, so I'm just going to move the jump rings out of the way for a minute and we'll talk about this. So opening a split ring, you've probably done this with a key ring. It's actually quite challenging. You've got to get your nails in there. I've got a little tool here that can help. This is for opening split rings, and if you're using split rings in your jewellery making, then I suggest you buy one of these because they make life really easy. You pop the long plier or the long jaw through the middle of the ring. Then you take the short one and you put it between the two rings. Hopefully you can see that. And then of course you can feed on a component if you wanted to. It's actually quite a challenge to get it on there, because once you've got it on there you still have to move it around, and I'm just not going to go there. So that's how you would open a split ring if you were wanting to use one. Now I've got here a really large jump ring, and the reason I'm using a really large one is so that you can see much more easily how to open one. Now, just to cover the security side of using a jump ring versus a split ring, if you are concerned at all about the security of your jump rings, use an oval one because they open on the side here. What that means is any tension is going to be on the ends, so they're much less likely to come apart. So that's really good use of an oval ring, reason to use an oval jump ring. So now let me show you how to open a jump ring. So I've got here two pairs of chain nose pliers, one is straight and one is bent, and what I need to do is hold with my chain nose pliers the side of my ring. Now I don't want to hold it like this because it's not enough support for my ring and it will bend out of shape. Maybe not this one because it's so heavy, but usually it would. And I've got a bent nose pair of pliers. Now you could use two straight nose, it's fine, two chain nose. Okay, so doing the same thing on either side, I'm holding the ring on either side and you can see the split in the ring is at the top. So I'm just going to turn my wrist, one up and one down. Let me show you that again. So moving my wrist one up and one down. Now, when you're opening a jump ring, never open this way because you will destroy the ring. So we're going to open one up, one down. I'm going to pop on my little dangle here. And then to close it, I'm just reversing that. So one up, one down. Now what you will find is that sometimes they actually click into place. This one's not going to, but I can't hear it clicking, but I can feel it. Because as I'm doing that, I can feel it rubbing up against its neighbour, the other end. So what happens if your jump ring is not closing, if it's looking like this? So what you do is you continue to go up and down, and you just add a little bit of pressure, pushing it together until you feel that it is pushing up against the other side. Very occasionally, and this is very occasionally, you can give it a little bit of a squeeze that way. But it's risky, because if you squeeze your jump ring that way, I'll show you what happens if I can with this one. So you can see that it's lost its shape and it has crossed itself over, and that is terrible because you will not be able to get it back. No matter how much I try, I will never get this back to being a nice round circle. So let's have a go. If I pull it out, it's not bad, but you can see it's not perfectly round like it was before. So don't be tempted. I would do it I would only do it if the gauge of the jump ring was quite heavy, like this one. Isn't that attractive? Okay, so that's how you open and close jump rings, or any loop for that matter. And also, instead of using a split ring, think about using an oval jump ring where the join is on the side instead, if you're at all concerned about your standard jump ring not holding up to the challenge. Sometimes what I do, if I don't have any of the heavier gauge jump rings, I actually put two on, and this can become a design feature, but it actually also works really well for security purposes because the split in one will never be in the same place as the split in the other one. So that's worth thinking about too. So this is a quick, short little video just to talk about that. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching.